Se alguém quiser me render aí, fique à vontade.
Eu vou ser a Harkmaster, mestre da escuta.
Muito bom, é uma função muito boa. Geralmente é um momento muito bom da reunião. Vamos lá, tá para começar.
Um minuto.
Vou fazer, se não começar na hora, eu já vou fazer minha primeira anotação aqui.
Contagem regressiva. Já vai começar a avaliar, né, Lu? E o Lucas parece que está curtindo a música ali, tá?
Ele está dançando.
Está dançando.
Tem aquela função de botar música ambiente, música para todo mundo, né?
Tem? Não sabia, não. Tem?
Tem. A gente já usou algumas vezes. Peraí, deixa eu ver.
Ninguém pode dar risada da minha camiseta.
Bonita. Eu já imagino que você vai falar sobre quando você morou no Havaí, né?
Excelente.
Aloha!
Excelente. Olá, aloha, pessoal. Todo mundo me ouve bem aí? Hoje eu estou em outro computador, improvisadíssimo aqui, em outro local também.
Alto e claro.
Maravilha, pessoal. Eu vou começar nossa reunião, então. Estou só terminando de alterar uma questão muito rapidinha aqui, que é da avaliação. Não sei se eu consigo passar o slideshow o tempo inteiro por causa desse computador que eu estou. Se não der certo, eu vou voltar numa conexão através do meu celular e eu vou seguir a nossa agenda do EasySpeak. Tá ok? Então, vamos dar o início em nossa reunião em inglês. Deixa eu somente ver se temos todas as pessoas necessárias aqui. O André, Ana Marúzia, Lucas, Luiz França, nosso Tabletopics. Alejandre Magnum está aqui também, Maria Iracema. Bruno já chegou? Ainda não. Perfeito.
Tá chegando o Bruno.
Chegando, maravilha, na hora certa. Precisando dele aqui. Okay, everyone. I can just resize this. Should be more easy. A lot of improvisation. Okay, so hello everyone. Good afternoon. We are Brasília Toastmasters in online meeting that we are having during this COVID situation. We are situated in Brasília, the capital of Brazil. And I would like to welcome everyone, our guests. Soon we are going to have time to hear from you during our break. So thank you so much to join us today and hope we are going to have a great, amazing meeting. Is the slideshow showing right for you? Yes, okay, thank you, Iracema. So during our meeting, I would like to ask everyone to keep your microphone on mute so we can hear our speakers during their presentations. In the right time, I'm going to ask and invite everyone to open your microphone so you can chat, you can talk during our break or during the evaluation time. They're going to have time for you to share your knowledge, your information, your feedback to us. We do applaud our participation during the sign language. So I'm going to invite you to give applause to our presentations during the meeting. We're going to invite you to try to use the word of the day in the right time. Our grammarian is going to share the word today, and every time that we hear the word, we ask you to give a thumbs up to the person that used the word. It's a way to improvise and keep our vocabulary rich during our meetings in Toastmasters here in Brasília Toastmasters. For the people that's going to be speaking today, remind to keep the thing in the video for the timer. Today is going to be Bruno. In the right time, Bruno is going to show how he's going to share the colors of the time for each speakers. And we keep our meeting recorded in YouTube. This is done so our members can see their performance after the meeting. During the online presentations or in-person presentation, we can see how we perform just by the feedback that we receive from the evaluator. So it's really important to us to keep this recording. So if any of you have any problem with sharing your image with us, you can just keep on in our meeting, just turn off your video. Although we always mention that we do not use this image to promote or have any commercial use. It's just used inside our YouTube channel for Brasília Toastmasters. And for the guests that joined for the first time, don't worry, it's not mandatory for you to speak. If you want in the right time during the tabletop sessions, we may invite you to join. If you don't want to participate, you can just raise your hand and say no, or can use the chat box to say that you just want to be listening to our meeting, okay? Our club mission is to develop public speaking and leadership skills through active participation and inclusive experience and continuous learning. The idea is that we have meetings throughout the month, and everyone that you want to join, you can see how you can improve using the Toastmaster methodology. The members can improve a lot that in the same way that we're going to see today. For you that don't know, I know that we have guests here. Toastmasters is an international organization with non-profit meanings, and that teach public speaking and leadership skills through a worldwide network of clubs. Many of them meet online, but most of the clubs meet in person. We are doing this session online because of the COVID-19 situation, but for you to understand how big Toastmasters is in the world and how much it can grow, I can say to you that we are almost in 143 countries around the world. We have more than 16,000 clubs abroad, all these countries, and we have almost 360,000 members. So if you look how many people we have in the world, we have a lot of room to grow and share this opportunity of learning and improve skills and making new friends during the same time. For you to understand how important is Toastmasters for some corporations, this is a small sample of companies that sponsor clubs inside of them because they know that's so important to have more improve the skills for their employees. So companies like Dell, Caterpillar, Disney, Google, Facebook, and a lot of them have around the world many clubs that is corporate. That's different from our club. Here in Brasília Toastmasters, we are open club. We are a community club, so everyone can join. Many of these corporate clubs is exclusively for the employees inside of that company. So our meeting is going to start today. I didn't mention before, for you that don't know me, my name is Alessandro Dias. Currently, I'm the president of this club until July 21st, the next year. It's a pleasure to have you all here. And today I'm going to be a Toastmaster of the day. It's the person that conducts the meeting as the host and invite the people that's going to join us in the presentation. We have a special team today that our friend Luis Eduardo França kindly invite us to use. It's the World Mental Health Day. that is celebrated today, October 10th. So it's really important to us to understand how can we improve mental health and can we help others. So I bring a lot of slideshows today that's going to share with you tips on how can you improve your mental health and how can you help others in the same situation. Many people just ignore these ideas and these principles. And I just bring a small note from the World Health Organization site that was shared this week. And the idea is this. This year's World Mental Health Day is on October 10th. Comes at a time when our daily lives have changed considerably as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Given past experience of emergencies, it's expected that the need of mental health and psychological support will be substantially increased in the coming months and years. So this note is a small part of a post that they made in their website to warn us the importance of look out of people that can bring in care of us or that we can help them or ourselves, our colleagues or family members. This is going to be tough times in the months to come. For you to understand how big is that for the World Health Organization, today in this morning, they provide for the first time in the history of World Health Organization an online meeting that they gathered together a lot of leaders from countries and people related to health issues in their communities. So paste this time, I'm going to share with you the link so you can watch that meeting if you want to understand better how can you help someone or can you help yourself. So today, our Hark Masters is going to be Maria Iracema. As I mentioned before, a Toastmaster meeting doesn't happen for itself. We need people to help us conduct this meeting. One of them is going to be Maria Iracema. The Hark Masters will join us in the final minutes of the meeting, and she will be keeping notes of the part of the speakers today. So that's really important to us to keep our hearing on day. So you need to improve your hearing skills to really pay attention in the presentation that's going to see today. And everyone can join with Maria Iracema and open your microphone and answers that question that she's going to share with us. As I mentioned before, I'm going to be the Toastmaster of the day, the person that's responsible to be a host of this special meeting. But every meeting that you join, we're going to see someone that's different. These roles is changed every time that we have a different meeting. Our time is going to be by Bruno Rabelo, and I'd like to invite Bruno just to share with our speakers how he's going to share the time for our speakers. So please, Bruno, you can open your microphone and share with us.
Hey guys, I'm a timer of the day, and then the minimum time, I will show this background, the middle of the time, the yellow, and the maximum of the time, the red one. So back to you, Alessandro.
Okay, thank you, Bruno. So that's really important. So every speaker that's going to present today needs to understand how the college works. For you guests, don't worry about that. Our members is trained to understand how the college is shared, and every speech has different times sometimes. So in the right time, I'm going to share with you how is that time going. The next one is going to helping us today is going to be Akiko Yamagami. She will be our accountant today, or the person that take notes of the filler words that sometimes and many times people use during their speech because they miss something to say and they use words like instead of have a brief pause. So Akiko is taking notes for our speakers and tabletop speakers. In the right time, she's going to share with us her report about the use of filler words. Thank you, Akiko. Our grammarian for this meeting is going to be King Gibson, our friend. The grammarian role is really important to us to share better use of the language. As many of you here today, English for us is the second language, and have someone that take care, even in small parts, on how can we improve our better use of the language, the use of great words, sometimes someone use, and sometimes to point something that we can improve during our presentation. In the end of the meeting, King Gibson is going to join us and share his report as grammarian. And he is sharing with us the word of the day in a couple minutes. Our tabletop master today will be Luis Eduardo França. The tabletop session is one of the most fun parts of the meeting, when, if you want, even the guests, if you have time, can join us. That's different speech. They are from 1 to 2 minutes, and you need to improvise your speech based on the theme that Luis Eduardo is going to share with you in the right time. So after the prepared speech, Luis Eduardo is going to join us and share the themes and invite anyone that wants to join us during these impromptu speeches. And our general evaluator will be Luis Freire. The general evaluator role is really important to us to keep the meeting running smoothly throughout the year. This feedback from him helps us improve the quality of the meeting, the quality of the roles that is performed today, so everyone can improve. And most important of that, Luis Freire is going to evaluate the evaluators of these speeches, so that every one of them can improve the skills and share better evaluation with the prepared speech today. And I'd like now to invite our friend King Gibson, our grammarian, to share with us the word of the day, the meaning and ideas of the use of that word. Please, King Gibson, open your microphone.
Hello, can you hear me? All right. So guys, the word of the day is, can you go back to the slides? Yeah, the word of the day is livelihoods. Okay, this word is a noun, and the meaning is supporting one's existence, especially financially or vocationally, living. An example of this sentence is, that farm is his livelihood. Or number 2, property that, oh, there's something in the middle. There's something in the way. Property necessary for one's livelihood must not be taken. So guys, every time we talk about money or food that's necessary for survival, we use the word livelihoods to refer to it. Yes, and the pandemic has affected the livelihood of many people. That's why I think this word is important to talk about mental health. Thank you, Alessandro. Back to you.
Great word. Thank you, King. That's so nice to hear different words so that we can improve our vocabulary and use that. So as I mentioned before, you can try to use this word during your speech and make you improve your improvisation of using different words that sometimes wasn't prepared to use during your speech. So yeah, every time that you hear the word, you just give thumbs up for the presentation. Before our first speech, I would like to share the first idea that I gathered from a website that was related to mental health. The first one that you can share is doing with yourself. Value yourself. Treat yourself with kindness and respect, and avoid self-criticism. Make time for your hobbies and favorite products, or broaden your horizons. Do a daily crossword puzzle. Plant a garden. Take dance lessons. Learn to play an instrument or become fluent in another language. This is some things that you can use to improve your mental health and help you keep your mind sharp. So take note of this idea. If you already do that, you can share this with someone. I'm sure they'll be glad to have you helping them. So now our time to our prepared speech. Today we're going to have 3 of them. And the first one will be presented by André Sack. André just joined our club, and he's sharing today his second speech, prepared speech in Brasília Toastmasters. His pathways here in Toastmasters is presentation mastery. In the project, it's called Evaluation and Feedback 1. This project have two speeches. The first one that's going to be presented today, André is going to receive a feedback, and he needs to improve for the next speech using the feedback that is going to be shared with him by Lucas Patino Lordelo, our friend from Rio Gringo. I would like to have a round of applause for Lucas to join us today and help André with his evaluation. The title of his speech is Hula, Leis and Aloha, the Wisdom of an Island. André Sack, Hula, Leis and Aloha, the Wisdom of an Island. André Sack, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Can you hear me well? Okay. I'm sorry if you hear any noises, but last I checked, there were about 100 kids in my house. So anyways, I'm sorry. But let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in a place or in a situation and asked yourself, what on earth am I doing here? Well, I have, several times indeed. And I decided to share one of those moments with you. On a day in August of the year 2000, just a few days after I had turned 18, so now you know my age, I was on a plane landing on an island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. I had been traveling for 2 straight days, and I was 15,000 kilometers away from home, away from anybody or anything I knew. I was on the island of Maui in Hawaii, and I was going to live there for the next year as part of a volunteer program. And exactly at that moment, when I arrived there, all the courage that I had mustered up to face that challenge vanished. And I literally asked myself, André, what the hell? What are you doing here? Well, the good thing is that I did not have the money to get back, so I just decided to make the most of it. And my intent today is to share with you 2 lessons I learned by living on that island and how those things might somehow relate to what we do here at Toastmasters. The very first lesson I learned at the airport. As I walked through those big doors at the arrival area that seemed to be telling me, now you are really, really on your own. As I walked through those big doors, I heard some typical Hawaiian songs, and they were not recorded. People were actually playing and singing the songs. And not only that, there were women, beautiful women, a dozen of them, dancing the famous Hawaiian dance, the hula. And not only that, as all the travelers that had just arrived with me passed by that welcoming party there were some other beautiful women giving us lace, those beautiful flowers that you wear on your neck. And they were made of real flowers. That moment felt good. And this is exactly the purpose of welcoming, making somebody feel good, making somebody feel important. That first impression got stuck with me throughout the 300+ days I lived there. And that moment right there was especially important when times were tough, when I missed my family, when I had too much work, or when I got dumped by a girlfriend I had there. That moment made the whole difference. And although there were no songs, no hula, no lace, at Toastmasters, I was also welcomed by beautiful girls. But it could have been beautiful boys or even ugly ones. That detail is nice, but not important. What matters is that it was heartfelt. And I truly believe that when for some reason, the will to give up comes, and it will come, I will recall how important I felt. I think you created a very positive environment, a very welcoming environment, and this echoes in the success of the club. But knowing how to make somebody feel welcomed is only the beginning. In the island of Maui, for me, the real magic happened in everyday life by living a unique and positive cultural experience. Hawaii, as you know, is part of the United States, but almost every single aspect of that American way of life is touched by what they call the island style. It starts with the language. Some very important Hawaiian words are even more used than their English counterparts, even when people are speaking English. Some examples are mahalo, which means thank you, aloha, which ranges from hello to love. And it goes on with fashion. People really wear these colorful and flowerful shirts every day, even in formal situations. In my point of view, it seemed there was almost a perfect blend between the Hawaiian and the American cultures. Now, I'm not really aware of the historical costs of this integration, but what I know is that at the time I was living there, I felt I was in a very positive environment. If being welcomed helped me go through tough times, living in a positive environment made me be open to learn a new language, learn how to interact with different people, learn how to be independent. Toastmasters is also a place for living a unique and positive experience, even if it's just for a few hours every week. It is unique in the sense that there are people from all sorts of backgrounds, levels of education, political points of view, and it is positive because we express all of these differences in our speeches, but at the same time, we are all driven by a single purpose, which is being able to successfully express ourselves. By keeping this positive environment, we are going to be more open to try and not be afraid of making mistakes. And these are all necessary steps for learning and success. Almost 3 months ago, when I first landed at a meeting at Toastmasters, I asked myself pretty much that same question. André, what in God's name are you doing here? But the incredible welcoming, the enjoyable experience I'm having so far in this positive environment make me feel I want to make the most of it, just as I did back then. And in case you ever find yourself in a place or in a situation that seems overwhelmingly challenging, remember these wise Hawaiian words. Aohe puhu kiekieke hoao ia epihi, which translates, no cliff is so high it cannot be climbed. Thank you.
Amazing, André. That was amazing. Mahalo for such a grateful speech. It's great to see that, for coincidence, yesterday I was hearing the song Somewhere of the Rainbow by a famous Hawaiian singer, Israel Iz. He was passed away in 1907, I think, and I was talking about him last night. So this is really serendipitous. I think the word King can help me after that, but congratulations. So now I'd like to invite everyone to join us in our chat and share your feedback from André Sack. The link is in our chat. I kindly invite Bruno to make note of 1 minute for your feedback. This is really important for André. So everyone is invited, even our guests, to click in this link, open your web browser, choose André Sack name, and give him a briefly feedback. It can be positive or negative. Anything that you like or don't like, you can share with him. André is ready to give his best after your feedback. Okay, everyone, you can keep writing your feedback. Don't worry, I'm going to introduce our second tip on mental health. Don't stop writing your feedback to Andre. Please keep doing that. When you submit that, it's going to be sent to his email on time, at the same time. So it's really important to give his feedback for him, your feedback for him. So the second note for helping your mental health or someone that you love is take care of your body. Take care of yourself physically and can improve your mental health. Be sure to eat nutritional meals, avoid cigarettes, drink plenty of water. I always have my bottle of water near to me when I'm in this meeting. Exercise, which helps decrease depression and anxiety. Kim, please help me, man. I need to improve this pronunciation. Improve my moods, your mood. Get enough sleep is going to help you in your mental health. Research believe that lack of sleep contributes to high rates of depression in college students. If you have some doors or someone that's near to you that's in student age, help him or her understand the importance of sleeping early and have a great night to be restored in the next morning. So take care of your body is one of the second tip for your mental health. Our next speaker is going to be Aline Amorim, another guest that is joining Brasília Toastmasters today. I'm really pleased to have always guests here. It's a pleasure. Her path is dynamic leadership, and she's doing the same project as André Sack. She's going to receive a feedback from Ana Maruzia, and Aline needs to improve her next speech with Ana Maruzia evaluation today. The title of her project is going to be Party Size. Aline Amorim, Party Size. The floor is yours. Aline.
Thank you, everybody. I will start by sharing my screen. Are you able to see it already? I see you on the side. Do you see anything above the presentation or is it okay?
No, you can see the PowerPoint screen. I think you need to share the presentation first so you can take the whole screen.
All right.
We'll start the presentation first so we can. I think this is Apple. I think it's not PowerPoint.
Yeah, it's the PowerPoint version for that. No, it's okay.
But you can see there is nothing in front of your slideshows.
All right. So thank you for having me here again. It is a pleasure. My name is Aline, and I am the VP for BeTalkers, a club in Sao Paulo. We are currently having virtual meetings as this one every other Monday at 6:15. So if you would like to come and visit us, you are way more than welcome, everybody. This speech is named Party Size, and it was planned and prepared to be first delivered at my club last week when our theme was Live Life Fun Size. And then I had never heard of this expression fun size before, and I really wanted to know what that was about. So I went to Google, I Googled that, and I saw that fun size are actually tiny little 5 versions of what we really like. So a tiny little version of a Kit Kat, of a Snickers chocolate, or I don't know, even a gummy bear. And I was wondering, why would anybody make such little versions of good stuff? I've always known party sizes, but I've never seen a fun size before. And then it really caught my attention. I was literally wondering, why are they so little? Why? I couldn't find the answer. So I talked to Caputo, who is the president of our club and had chosen the theme. And what he told me was it was supposed to tell people how to enjoy the very little things. And I was like, that is an interesting thing. So I started to think about little things. What are the little things that I really enjoy? I noticed that we should definitely keep in mind in order to have a good and strong mental health, we do really need to focus on the little achievements that we have, like waking up 10 minutes earlier just to have a decent cup of coffee, not staring at your computer, or going for a walk, doing some exercises. We really need to value those things, those tiny little things, like being alone in this whole pandemic situation. We haven't had the chance to meet friends or go to parties and had our party size stuff. But what really showed me after making sure that I was really enjoying the little things is that I noticed we can only see the beauty and size of something big when we are familiar and grateful for the little ones. We only know that something comes in a party size, that big opportunities comes to our lives when we can see the difference between the tiny little things we are already grateful for and how that gratitude brought something even bigger. When we focus on the magnitude of stuff, even in our livelihood, when we have a very short and tiny income, then when we have like a salary raise, we are ready to celebrate it just because we were already grateful for the tiny ones that we have. So I also thought about why did I knew about party size and I didn't know about the fun size? And then I started thinking about the party size. And I noticed that everything big is good so we can share it. And as we all heard, sharing is caring. Okay, but when we think about sharing, we only think about giving what we have in extra size to someone else, like good stuff. And I realized that not only sharing good things is caring, but also sharing bad times. When you call your friends and you say that you're not having a nice week or that you really would like someone to talk to, you are sharing your burdens. And they are showing they care for you when they take part of your burden. So when they accept the share you're giving, they show you their love. So I realized that it's okay and good to cherish the tiny little pieces, but it's also really important to share and enjoy the big stuff. When you share your happy moments and you invite people to share your sad moments with you, that's when you love the people around you. And then you let them love you back. So what I really wanted to bring your attention to and try to maybe cause you a little reflection is loving somebody is actually bringing them to be part of a party that's called your life. So I really enjoy my tiny little things. but I prefer a party size. Thank you.
Amazing, Aline. Amazing. Thank you so much. That's so close to what I'm going to share with you today with the mental health ideas. And sharing is caring is great. Knowledge is so simple, but can help a lot. Is one of the tips that I'm going to share with you is to just ask someone that's so known to everyone, just let it go. It's helping you a lot. That burn away and look forward to new things. Congratulations on your speech. And as before, I would like everyone to share your feedback with Aline. It's really helping her improve her skills. Remember that even our guests can share your feedback, positive or negative. It's helping Aline improve her skills as a speaker. The link is in our chat. You just click that. You are going to see Aline Amorim's name. You just click that and write down your feedback for her. We have 1 minute to do that. And during your feedback, I'm going to be a couple seconds and I'm going to share with you the next tip for your mental health. Thank you, Bruno. Thank you. So thank you, Bruno, for your time. Thanks for reminding me that my phone was mute. And if you're still writing your feedback to Aline, just keep writing that. Don't rush yourself. You can write as many lines as you want. And after you send to her, she's receiving an email with your feedback. So our next tip for your mental health is to surround yourself with good people. This relates to Aline's speech. People with strong family or social connections are generally healthier than those who lack a support network. Make plans with supportive family members and friends, or seek out activities where you can meet new people, such as a club, class, or support group. This is one of the most things that I like in Toastmasters, even without knowing that. I met a lot of great people here. I still met every day many people that is worth a lot, worth to have near me. And I share this joy with everyone. So surround yourself with great people. I believe that a Toastmasters club is a great place to that because people really care for each other. Our next speech will be presented by Alejandre Magnum. Alejandre Magnum is in the dynamic leadership pathway, and his project is called Connect with Your Audience. And what is that? The objective of his speech today is to connect with people that he doesn't know him, or in the case of sharing the speech in his club, he needs to share a theme or idea that is not used for us to know. So with that, giving a great speech, connecting with us, Alexandre Magno can reach the objective of his speech. He was supposed to be evaluated by Ana Paula Fernandes, but she had a problem. So I step up to be his evaluator. And the title of his speech is Know Your Personal Mythology. Know Your Personal Mythology. Alexandre Magno, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon, my friends. Well, I'm gonna talk today about the importance of mythology for your mental health. This you won't find in the World Health Organization website. Oh, mythology. Close your eyes for a moment, please, and just let the first image appears on what you remember about mythology. Well, I remember an old book in my father's library about Greek mythology. So complex, so wonderful, so enigmatic. Okay, mythology is about stories. But try to think again about mythology. And probably you think about outright lies, invented stories, falsehoods. You know, TV shows are full of myths debunkers. Okay, myths can be factually false, but they are very, very true in a deeper meaning. And this is what is important about myths. And how do we relate to the world? We relate to the world through our head, our intellect, our reasoning, through our heart, our emotions, our values, our beliefs, through our hands, where we get our livelihood. And I must tell you about a fourth mode of connection to the world, the mythological mode. You must be thinking, okay, I'm a very open-minded guy, but I'm very rational. This think of mythos doesn't stand with me. Okay, let me ask you some questions. When you were younger, you enjoyed Superman, Spider-Man, Hulk. Whoever enjoyed, please raise your hands. Okay. Did you ever see Lord of the Rings? Did you ever see Star Wars? Okay. These are all modern myths. And the myths talks to us in images, in symbols, in archetypes. And these archetypes are universal. The archetype of the hero, the archetype of the sage, the archetype of the sojourner. And you must ask yourself now, what are my personal myths? That means, what are the stories that stick with me? That stories that are perhaps on my unconscious. That stories that shows on my dreams, on my reveries, on sudden insights. These myths governs, these myths rules your lives. No. You must be taking it too much farther. No. For those who are interested in psychology, you must know that it's well known today that the biggest part of us is unconscious. And the myths, these stories, talks to our unconscious. And everyone has a personal mythology. All the symbols, all the images, all the metaphors, all the stories that are inside the person and guides every action of this person. You can think of life as a theater. You're acting a role in this theater, and the myths tell you what's your role and what are you doing there, and what is the meaning of everything. So pay attention to yourself. Do not pretend that you don't have any myths. You are surrounded by them. Not Greek myths, not Roman myths, not Indian myths, but your personal myths. The stories that guides you. And ask yourself the great question: what stories I'm telling myself about myself? What stories are guiding my life? Thank you.
Congratulations, Alexandre. This is amazing. I have learning philosophy in the last 6 months. It's so nice to understand a little bit more about myth and the importance of those, and how society has taken that away from our children, that today this doesn't have a lot of touch with stories and myths that help them make dreams inside their minds and help them keep the creativity and the curiosity that children has. And what is the myth that we say every day to us is one of the important mental health ideas that I shared today. Keep your mind sharp and talking about positive ideas, even though you are struggling today. Congratulations, Alexandre. Now I would like to ask everyone to share your feedback with Alejandre Magnum, with his amazing speech. Give yourself to him 1 to 2 minutes to write down how you feel about his speech, what you like most, what you didn't like. Alexandre is ready to learn with your feedback, and I always like to remember that our guests can share your feedback either. You don't need to write your name there. You can just read what you felt, what you like or didn't like. So we are taking note of 1 minute, and after that we are moving on with our meeting with the next tip just before we vote for the best prepared speech for this afternoon. Okay, thank you, Bruno. So everyone that's writing down your feedback, you just can keep writing that last 2 or 3 lines. After that, just click send to submit your feedback to Alexandre Magnum. Our next tip for this meeting and taking care of your mental health is give yourself, as we do here in Toastmasters in some way. Volunteer your time and energy to help someone else. You will feel good about doing something tangible to help someone in need. And it's a great way to meet new people. So you can join organizations in your community. You can join and learn more about the Rotary clubs that do amazing community jobs to help people in need. This is a great way to keep your mind busy and share your time and giving back to you great energy of gratitude from that people. So give yourself is the first tip for your mental health. I would like now to invite our friend Bruno Rabelo to share his feedback on the timer report. Please, Bruno, the floor is yours.
Thank you. So, André speech in 7 minutes, and 10 seconds. Aline, speech in 5 minutes and 88 seconds. Alexandre, 6 minutes and 5 seconds. So everyone is able to vote.
Okay, thank you, Bruno. Thank you so much. As Bruno mentioned, everyone that did this prepared speech today is going to be able to be voted based on your personal opinion on who you thought was the best speaker for this meeting. Our guests can vote, and I launch the pool now. Is going to pop up in your screen. Just choose the name that you like and click vote. We have 1 minute to do that. It's amazing how fast is the pool on Zoom. We have almost everyone voted. I believe that just our speaker didn't vote because we have already 9 votes. So I'm moving with our meeting. And now we have a 5 minutes break. That's called network breaking. We are going to have space to our guests to share your ideas, what you felt about our meeting until now. And we are going to reconcile our meeting at 4 p.m. on time. So I'm going to end this poll right now. We already have the winner of this meeting. And let me open this gallery view so I can see everyone. And I would like to kindly see the opinion from, I think, who is guest today, Alberto Ferreira. How are you, Alberto? It's your first time in our meeting?
I am fine. It's my first time in a Toastmasters. I find Toastmaster in the internet, and I was browsing about self-improvement, and I know I speak with Luis Eduardo, and he told me that he sent me a list of meeting, and I choose to view the meeting today, and I like so much I had difficult to in the beginning to link the meeting, but now I like so much what I have seen here.
Great.
Thank you.
Great. Welcome, Albert. Thank you for joining us. It's great to have your feedback about the difficulties on joining our meeting with our link. I take note that with our VPE, and they're going to share our link always with the password so everyone can be more easily to join our meeting. Welcome. As Toastmasters Club, as Luis Eduardo mentioned, is a place so we can improve and challenge yourself in English and Portuguese. We have 4 meetings each month, and 2 of them are in Portuguese and 2 in English, so we can have more time to challenge ourselves and improve the speaking skills in both languages. And next guest, I think, is, thank you, welcome, Albert. I think Saori, if you would like to open your microphone and talk with us. Saori was invited by Akiko. Can you hear me, Saori? I'm not sure she's there.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sorry, I don't know how can I turn on my camera. Maybe some problem. So I'm so sorry. Can you hear me? Yeah.
No problem. Yes, I can hear you, Saori. No problem.
Okay, thanks. Akiko invited me and encouraged I enjoyed very much to the tours. I knew this club for some years, but I never search. I never look for in Brasília. So maybe last week I read Akiko's comment on the Facebook
Great.
about this club. So today I'm here. I'm very enjoyed. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome, Saori. Are you from Brasília?
I'm from Japan.
Yeah, but do you live in Brasília today, or you still live in Japan?
Yeah. Yes. I'm in Brazil now as a Sul.
Amazing. Oh, great. It's nice to see you here. Thank you so much. Thank you, Akiko. That's the importance of sharing the club or the meetings that you like on your social media that can help someone reach this club or any other club that can help that person improve or know people, making networking a part of that week program for them. I think we have Pedro. Pedro, I think it's our member, right, Pedro? Pedro Nunes.
Yes, I subscribed.
Hello, Pedro. How are you?
Club last week,
Great.
And I'm fine.
Great. Welcome, Pedro. And Lucas, how are you, Lucas? Thank you again to join us and help in our meeting. How is Rio de Janeiro, my friend?
Hi, Alessandro. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm doing great. I'm planning on riding my bike if it stops. Well, it rained yesterday and it rained a little bit today. So hopefully tomorrow the sun will shine a bit and will shine and I'll be able to go out for a bike ride, because on Sundays they close one of the main roads here near the airport. So it's open for pedestrians and people to just play and to walk and to bike ride. It's one of the best places to ride because it's a very nice view and the road is really neat. So that's my plan for the weekend.
Amazing, Lucas. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for helping us with your evaluation in a couple minutes. And I'm sure that riding your bicycle in the beautiful roads in Rio de Janeiro is great for your mental health. Keep doing that. Share pics in your social media to make your friends would like to.
I'd like to congratulate you, Alessandro, and everyone from the club for giving these tips. This is really valuable. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you, Lucas. It's great to see that we can help each other. Okay, my computer just froze. Can you hear me?
We can hear you fine.
Okay, so I'm going to talk with you without sharing my screen because my computer didn't work right now. And as soon as I can share my screen again, I'm sharing with you the slideshows. Our next tip for your mental health is learn how to deal with stress. Like it or not, do Tai Chi, exercise, take a nature walk, as Lucas just mentioned, play with your pet, or try journal writing as a stress reducer. Also remember to smile and see the humor side of life. Research shows that laughter can boost your immune system, ease pain, and relax your body and reduce smiling, and try to look to the bright side of life, even though it's not so easy during these days. Okay, you still hear me? I can even see you, my friends.
We can hear you, Alessandro.
Okay, so now I'm going to move to our next part, exactly with my friend Luis Eduardo França. we're having now the tabletop session, and I'd like to invite Luis Eduardo França, my fellow friend from Brasília, that last evening was a little jealous with me that I met another friend and have a beer with him, and I knew that Luis would like to join us, but I was here in Goiânia and not in Brasília. Please welcome our Tabletop Master for this afternoon, Luis Eduardo França. Welcome, my friend. The floor is yours.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me well? Yes. Thank you, Alessandro. Yes, I was jealous with you because in those hot days, you didn't invite me to drink. So lucky you that was in another city. So I can give you a next shot, okay? Guys, today is a very important day because it's the mental health day. It's a day spread by the World Health Organization. And I guess it's pretty important for us Toastmasters fellows because to be more confident, to be a good communicator, to be a great leader, we need to stay with a good mental health. So if we not take care of our mental today or in the future, it can lead to terrible diseases like depression, schizophrenia, or even psychosis. So this is the table topics of today. I'm gonna ask you some questions. I'm gonna present some themes, and I would like you to volunteer at the first part. Before we start, I would like to tell you that you have 1 to 2 minutes and a half, and I kindly ask you to look to Mr. Bruno Rabelo because he's the timer. So if you were going to speak, please pin Bruno Rabelo. Okay, so the minimum time it's 1 minute and the maximum is 2.5. So I would like to give you the chance to volunteer. Who would like to be the first? Please don't fight. Please don't fight for the opportunity. Akiko, do you want Akiko?
Yes.
All right. Great, Akiko. Please choose a number from 1 to 9.
Sorry, I shouted out. Number 7, please.
Number 7. All right. Akiko, do you know the character Joker from Batman?
Oh, sorry, I don't know any Marvel movies. Maybe
Oh, no.
shall I switch?
Oh, don't you know Joker from Batman? The
So
clown?
sorry, I'm kind of unbelievable person. I don't see any Marvels, no Harry Potters. Sorry.
All right.
So Luis,
can you choose another question?
maybe you can choose for me then.
All right. Great.
Thank you.
Now, Akiko, do you believe
Yes.
that physical health is as important as mental health? I'm going to repeat. Do you believe that physical health is as important as mental health?
Okay. Yes. My answer is yes. It's totally. Sorry. What is your question? Sorry. So my
Let me repeat, Akiko. Do
Thank
you
you.
believe that physical health is as important as mental health?
As important as mental health. So Bruno, I start now. Thank you for waiting. Yes, I totally believe physical health is important as mental health. I say that because the last couple of months after Brasília opened the sports gym for us, we started to going to gym with my husband. It was limited. Now we are limited to go enter. Limited number of the people and the limited hours. I can only go just 1 hour a day, and that's kind of made me actually go back to the gym. Actually, if you are open for 24/7, we never went, we never gone. But now we constantly going to the gym And then I realized after 1 month, I realized my booty is raising up. And then that makes me feel so happy because I was kind of giving up by myself because I'm aging. I have many reasons to give up. But 1 month, just wait and then resist yourself and then don't see the result after 1 month. And then you see something. You're physically changing. That leaves your heart very happy. Like that makes me continue going back to gym to get more Brazilian like booties. Thank you for why do I say such a silly thing? But thank you for listening. Back to you, Luis.
Thank you, Akiko. Yeah. Physical health with mental health. We should run it together. All right. Do we have another volunteer? Oh, Maria Iracema. Hello, darling. How are you?
Doing well. How are you? Thank you for being our tabletop master.
Okay. Thank you, dear. Please choose a number from 1 to 9, except 2.
7.
7. Oh, do you know the character Joker from Batman?
Yes.
All right. Do you believe Joker has mental illness, or is he just pretending?
Thank you for the topic. It's an excellent topic. And the Joker is a great example of a person who was not able to make a livelihood due to his mental health problems. And there was a very good example of a person with mental disorders. Personally, I believe that a very important component for mental health is self-esteem. And to have a positive self-esteem, I must do estimable things. And some of these things have already been mentioned by Alessandro. Those were the tips from the Mental Health Organization. Tip number 1, take care of my body. Take care of my body is a very estimable thing, and I do that with good food, healthy food, and exercise. Have positive relationships is another estimable thing. And have spirituality. It's very important. It's a very estimable thing and very important for mental health. And all of these, taking care of your body, having positive relationships, and spirituality can help with the good hormones, which make you feel good about yourself and improve your self-esteem. And these hormones are dopamines and endorphins, oxytocins, and serotonin. So go for it, live healthily, help your self-esteem doing these estimable things of taking care of your body, having positive relationships, and developing your spirituality. Thank you.
Thank you, Iracema. I loved your answer. I would like to thank Alessandro as also for the tips he gave us before. This is a great initiative from the club to give these tips. I love it, Alessandro. Thank you once again. Now, remember, if you were a visitor, especially for the first time, you have to reply promptly. This is the table topics, all right? So you have 1 minute to 2.5, and if you're gonna speak, look for Bruno, okay? Do we have another volunteer? If not, I'm gonna choose someone.
Is it okay for me to answer even if I was the speaker of the day? Okay.
Yes.
I can
Let's
do
go,
that.
Aline. Choose from 1 to 9, except 2 and 7.
I will then take 5.
5.
Yeah.
All right. Aline, do you have any relatives that overcome a mental disorder? How did he or she achieve that?
All right. I don't.
You want me to repeat it? Let me repeat for you.
Okay.
Do you have any relatives that overcome a mental disorder? How did he or she achieve that?
I was really trying to remember, but I don't think I have relatives with mental disorder, not at least confirmed by any doctor. I would say that I do have friends that now are going through bad times. And I think the most scary thing is how weak we feel about it. I see one of my friends losing weight, not talking to many people, and being sad most of the times, and there is nothing that you can do. We are so powerless about mental illness. All that we can do is offer help, be there whenever they are ready to get it, and pray and hope for the best. Just make sure that we are always here for them. I assume that they are doing the right thing by taking some medicine, going to see some doctors like psychologists and psychiatrists sometimes. But what we really are down to is hoping that they are doing what they have to do to overcome this situation. Thank you.
Thank you, Aline. Yeah, I agree with you. Especially in these times of pandemic, the mental disorder cases has raised a lot. So we gotta look for our friends, for our family, and take care of them. Thank you so much. Do we have another volunteer? Kim, do you wanna participate, Kim?
I can go. I can do it.
Okay, great. Just choose a number, my friend. From 1 to 9.
What numbers are left?
We have 1, 3, 4, 6, 8, and 9.
9.
9?
Yes.
All right. Ken, my friend, would you recommend Toastmasters to a friend who suffers from mental disorder? Once again, would you recommend Toastmasters to a friend who suffers from mental disorder?
Yes. First of all, I think Toastmasters is a place for personal development, and this is recommended for virtually anyone interested in this topic. Yeah. And if you're suffering from any problems or mental health or any kind of problems related to self-esteem, maybe joining a club, joining a social group, it will benefit you for the best. So I would definitely recommend Toastmasters for this person. And as I would recommend for any person that looks for sports, a place that is growth oriented, like our club. And I guess when we are talking about mental health, once you get attention about what you're talking, once you get attention about your objectives, that gives you some boost, so you can improve your self-esteem, you can trust yourself, and I think the Toastmaster is a place that we can find it, and I'm glad I'm here, and I definitely would recommend it to other people. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you so much. Totally agree with you. Do we have another volunteer? Or I will choose someone. Alberto, do you want or take to the next meeting?
I don't know. Let's go. Let's do it like old school.
All right, my friend. Remember that you are in a safe place, my friend.
Okay. Thank you.
Please choose a number from 1 to 9. Let me say the numbers 1, 3, 4, 6, and 8.
3.
3. Alberto, which brain games do you practice to improve your mental health? Once again, which brain games do you practice to improve your mental health?
In my perspective, the self-improvement or mental improvement are like a trip, and you need a process for improvement. And I didn't have the kind of brain game, but I like to study different kinds of things and different of things, or gastronomy, or literature, or picture, or no just my own knowledge, man, but I want to know about others, about other knowledge, man. I believe in the interface of knowledge, man, to improve the brain health. I believe in that. Thank you.
Thank you, Alberto, my friend. Thank you so much. Are you a doctor, right, Alberto?
Yeah, I am a vascular surgeon. I'm a physician.
Nice, great. Congratulations, my friend. Now we have no more time, friends. So sorry about that. I hope you enjoyed this table topics, very related with our today's theme. I appreciate participation of everyone. Hope to see you the next meeting. And I'll now give back the word to my friend Alessandro. Back to you, dear Toastmaster.
Thank you, Luis. Thanks so much. That was great. Shared questions. The last one that you shared was the idea that I first thought was share games that we can use to help our mental health. After that, I just changed your idea to give tips. But for you, baby, that probably don't know, one of the great games that I have been playing is one of them is Sudoku. The one that you have a chart with numbers that you need to know how to fill the last numbers in that puzzle. And the other one is Rumikubi. It's a great board game. You can have that on cell phone. And no ideas on how to improve your mental health. So our sixth tip for mental health is quiet your mind. Try meditating, mindfulness, and or prayer. Relaxation, exercise, and prayer can improve your state of mind and outlook on life. In fact, research shows that meditations may of therapy. So keep your mind quiet. Sometimes during the day can help improve your mental health a lot. So now I would like to pass the word again to my friend Bruno Rabelo to share with us the time report for his tabletop session. Please, Bruno, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Alessandro. So Akiko spoke in 1 minute and 20 seconds. Maria Iracema, just 2 minutes. Aline Amorim spoke in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Kim Gibson, 1 minute and 10 seconds. Alberto Ferreira spoke 1 minute and 28 seconds. So everyone are able to vote. Back to you, Alessandro.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bruno. Let me stop sharing my screen. My computer today is crazy. Okay, I would like now to, 1 minute, please. Why so difficult when we change our computers? When I used to do something in a way, and we try to change that because circumstances so freaking difficult sometimes. Sorry. Let me just try to open the pool so everyone can vote for the best table topics speech for this meeting. Reminding you that our guests can vote and the one that you think was the best table topic speaker. I'm going to try to stop sharing my screen to see if that helps. If I can do that, I'm going to move on to the next part, and as soon as I can reconceive my voting, I'm going to stop the meeting and share with you the pool section for you. I do believe I can't now open the pool, so okay, I can see you again. So I'm moving to the next part, is the evaluation, and after that I'm going to come back in a while to share with you the pool for the best table topics. Just write down the name of the person that you think was the best one. In the right time, I'm going to just pop up for you. And now we are going to make the evaluation parts. The first evaluator today is Lucas Lordelo. He evaluated André Sack's speech. And now I'd like to pass the word for him to deliver his feedback for André Sack. Please welcome Lucas Lordelo, our friend from Rio Gringo Toastmasters.
Thank you, Alessandro. Congratulations, André. I liked your speech very much. I had the impression that you were very comfortable. You were speaking of good memories you have from this great life experience. You gave us some smiles and you appeared very relaxed and you spoke calmly. This allowed us to follow your speech quite easily. Your tone of voice carried the excitement and joy you felt during your trip. You ended your speech connecting with the audience, and that made me remember the first time in my Toastmasters Club meeting and how important it was for me to feel welcome by the members. There was one moment which I felt a bit lost during your speech, and I couldn't quite understand where you were going to take us. That's because I think in the beginning you mentioned that you were going to say 2 or 3 points, and you reinforced this with your hand gestures, but I lost track of this because I didn't hear the points clearly emphasized in the sequence of your speech. You demonstrated a good knowledge of English. You used very interesting words. For example, you mustered courage. Although I believe you made one mistake several times. You said, I heard actually, to feel welcomed with a D. This should be to feel welcome, only welcome. And the framing of your image was very good. Your dress was very appropriate to the theme. I liked it very much, but I felt the background was a bit distracting. I mean, books are nice and everything, but there's too many words, and I couldn't help that the words, the titles of the books, sometimes they caught my attention. I'm a very visual and curious person, so sometimes I was drawn to the titles of your books. And I believe you spoke seated, and because of the good framing, this was hardly noticed. But for the next speech, I challenge you to do your speech standing up. I think this is the normal way we practice speeches, and I challenge you to do that. Don't get comfortable in this virtual seating position because you may create a bad habit. Congratulations, keep it up.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Lucas. Amazing feedback that was shared for André. And I'd like now to go to our next evaluator, that is Ana Maruzia. She evaluated Aline Amorim's speech. So now the floor is yours, Ana Maruzia. Welcome.
Thank you, Alessandro. Aline, it's your second speech, just after your ice break. And I am impressed because I perceived a lot of things, a lot of points to congratulate you. First, coincidentally, the topic of your speech was adherent to the theme of our meeting today, mental health. Nice examples according to what our Toastmaster also said. I noticed that you spoke English clearly. It was easy for me to follow you. Your ideas were well organized. I learned with you that little good things become big, and big things become bigger when we are receptive and grateful, and we can enjoy and share these things with our beloved ones. Interestingly, on the contrary, bad things become lighter or even smaller when we share them with our beloved ones too. It was excellent. I love it. You may want to work on. I saw that you had tried to keep eye contact, staring at the camera, but sometimes you had looked in different directions. Try to focus on the camera. And the movement is interesting to give dynamism to your speech, but I noticed that it can be more effective when associated with the emphasis you want to convey. Only the movement back and forward itself can be a little distracting. And I challenge you in one point. It seems to me that you can try to keep more distance from the camera and speak standing up. You would have more space for your gestures and also for your warming style and sweet smile. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ana Maruzia, for your evaluation. I'm sure that Aline take great pleasure to hearing you, and will help her improve her next speech to use your evaluation as base for the evaluation feedback too. So our next evaluator is going to evaluate Alejandre Magnum, and that person is me, because our friend Ana Paula couldn't make to our meeting today. Alexandre, tried my best to take note of your speech. I read your PDF form that you sent to me just a couple minutes before the meeting, so I could understand better the objective of your speech. And I'm sure that you nailed that, because you share with us I'm sure that almost no one here knew about mythology the way that you share with us. When you made the first question, and you give us a couple of seconds to think about what do you see when you close your eyes and think about mythology. That was a great way to take the attention of the audience. Myself, I believe that many of people here saw the same thing. I just saw a white statue of something, or a bull, or a horse, or something that was related to my mind when I was a kid, and I saw some cartoons about Greek mythology. So congratulations on that. I think that was a great way to start your speech and keep us focused on your idea. I note that you have greatly improved your vocabulary, although I do believe you can choose better the places that you want to make sure that you use vocabulary. Near to the end of your speech, you give a brief moment of calmness in your speech. That was amazing. After that, you just rise up to the close, and I think that was a great way to bring that last minute of focus on your speech. Let me see what else I write here. I like that you have been doing your speech standing up. That was a challenge that everyone, as Maruja just mentioned now, or sorry, Maruja and Lucas mentioned, that being on standing up is help to us share our language, and you can be more free. Like here today, I'm seated in a small chair in a small room that's uncomfortable. So being in stand up really helped you. I really like the team, and for challenge yourself again for the next speech. When you have an audience like our club, I know it's not sure if it's used to do that, but maybe have a question and answer before the meeting for some people about the team or about the idea that I want to share, to know how deeply people know what you want to talk about. Maybe that can help you get stronger during your speech and use some examples from people that usually you don't know, but just shared before ideas what on the theme of your speech. I would like to see your next speech. That was amazing. Congratulations, Alexandre. See you soon. Okay, so now we finish our evaluation part, and I'd like to invite Bruno Rabelo to share his report on time to see how the evaluator performed. Please, Bruno, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Alessandro. Lucas Patino spoke in 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Ana Maruzia spoke in 2 minutes and 57 seconds. And Alessandro, 3 minutes and 15 seconds. So everyone are able to vote.
Okay. Thank you, Bruno. Let me see if the pool is working. Okay. Oh, great. I saw that someone shared the pool for the tabletop session. Amazing. I think that was Bruno. Thank you so much, Bruno. And now we're going to share the pool for the best evaluator. So between Lucas, Ana Maruza, and myself, you just can share your vote. The guests can vote. So the pool is now open. You have 1 minute to share your vote, to cast your vote. Okay, I believe that almost everyone voted. We have the winner for this meeting. And I would like to share with you the 7th idea on how to improve your mental health. I'm not going to share my screen because that's getting some issues with my computer right now. So I'd like to just to try to hear my voice and understand my English when I read for you on how to set realistic goals. The idea is that you need to think about what you like. So decide what you want to achieve academically, professionally, and personally, and write down the steps you need to realize those goals. Aiming high but be realistic. Don't overschedule yourself. You will enjoy a tremendous sense of accomplishment and self-worth as you progress toward your goal. So the idea is to write down the steps that you need to take to go to something that you really want in your life. And every time that you see that you're improving and risking down that list, you can see how high self-esteem on yourself. So set realistic goals, write them down and go for it as you see that the improvement is going to help you a lot. Thank you. So the next part is our third part of this meeting, as I started before, is the reports. And now we have the report from our accountant. As I mentioned before, Akiko is our accountant today. She's going to report now the account report, how we used the filler words today. Akiko, the floor is yours. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmasters. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters, for a great learning opportunity. I'm going to report the number of times that each speaker used the filler sounds and overused words. So let's begin with first speaker, Andre Sak. I had just a sound, one a sound from you. And the second speaker, Alini, I didn't find any sounds, filler sounds, or any repeated sound from you. Even from the table topic, I didn't get anything. I didn't have anything. Okay, the third speaker, Alexandre. I believe you have no filler sounds and then repeated sounds. So now, topic master Luis Eduardo, I didn't find any from you. And then I was the table topic speaker, first speaker. I'm not aware of, but I'm sure I made some sounds. But let's skip for me. But the second table topic, second speaker, Maria Iracema. I found just one repeated sound, like very, very. And then the first table topic speaker, Kim, 0, nothing. And then Albert, I had 4 R sounds. You said 4 R. And then 3 repeated words. Okay, so now first evaluator, Mr. Lucas. I found 2 repeated sounds, like me and then the other. And then second evaluator, Anna Maluzia. I had 2 repeated sounds from you. And then Alessandro, third evaluator. I was checking you whole of the meeting as a Toastmaster and as an evaluator, but I couldn't find any filler sounds or repeated sounds from you. I guess I said for everybody. Thank you. Back, Toastmaster, back to you.
Okay, amazing, Kiko. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was a great report for everyone. And our guests, don't be intimidated by this report. This one is the most important for people that is starting Toastmasters, because the filler words usually are the most annoying issues for the first timer people that is speaking publicly. So knowing how to keep them out of your speech is really great. So again, thank you so much, Akiko. Now we're going to move to our next report. This our grammarian report is King Gibson. Please help me welcome him to share his part on how we use the language today. Please, King, help me and my friends here in the room. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? All right. So I divided the feedback in 3 parts. First, I'm going to talk about pronunciation feedback. So pay attention to these words here. When we say this word, we say develop, okay? So the strong syllabus is this, develop. Currently, we don't say currently, we say currently. And when we say called, this E is a silent E. We don't pronounce this one. We say called. The Lucas, he mentioned this kind of pronunciation when he said welcome instead of yes. That's a good observation as well. Objective, guys. This is a good one, yes? Objective. And guys, this is a very common mistake. We don't say person, we say person, yes? Sounds like an A, person. And Alessandro, this is for you, okay? There is a difference between pool, like swimming pool or pool table, and pole. Pole is the one we vote for things, yes? So pole and pool. So this is a pronunciation feedback for you. And guys, grammar and structure. We don't say near to me, we say near me, okay? We say close to me and near me. Those are different. And every time we ask a question with did, the verb goes to the present tense. So we don't say, what did I know? We say, what did I know? Yeah? The past of stick is not sticked, is stuck. And when we say myself, we usually put I in the front. So we say, I myself, just to emphasize, yes? I myself think about this. That's a good structure to use when you want to emphasize something. And I would like to praise on some good usage of English. Yes, what on earth am I doing here? This expression is very nice, what on earth. And also Lucas made this comment and I'm gonna reinforce it. Muster the courage. That's the perfect collocation to use of courage, okay guys? To muster. Make the most of it. Also a nice expression. Congratulations, Andre, for using very good English, very good collocation. That's awesome. Also, Aline talked about share your burden. This is a nice word to use. You can also use vent, guys. When you're talking about your problems to someone, you vent your problems. Yes, you vent. That's a good word to use. And Alessandro, well done when you said stepped up. I guess Ana Paula couldn't make it, right? So you stepped up and replaced her. That's the perfect expression to talk about this kind of situation. All right, and that's the feedback for you today. I hope you can make some benefit from it. And back to you, Toastmasters.
Okay, thank you, Kim. I'm not sure of you here, but I couldn't see you all in the grid during his presentation, but I do as I was in a kid in the English classroom. When Kim mentioned person, I just repeat out loud, looking to my anything here, person, and objective. I need to learn that, blessed. And I really enjoyed the English meeting, although I'm the Toastmasters. I know I have some flaws in my English, but I always join this meeting because I learn a lot. Thank you so much, Kim. And I would like to share with you, before our hack master, I would like to share our 8th tip on mental health. And the idea is to just break up your monotony. Although our routines make us more efficient and enhance our feelings of security and safety, a little change of pace can perk up your tedious schedule. Alter your jogging routine, plan a road trip, take a walk in a different park, hang some new pictures in your wall, or try a new restaurant. The idea is just to change small things that you do every day and try to make that different. If you use it to go to your work during the right turn, go to the left and try to make a different path, and that help you break your monotony, improve your mental health. So we're moving now to our next report, and this one is really fun. I invite everyone that know the answer to open your microphone now and answer with Maria Iracema the questions that she shared with us as our Hack Master for the meeting, please welcome Maria Iracema.
Thank you, Alessandro. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters. Questions will be easy on Andre's speech. What is the name of the local dance that he saw at the airport? What is the name of the local dance that he saw at the airport?
Hula.
Hula.
All right, you got it. For Aline's presentation, fill in the blank. Sharing is?
Sharing.
Sharing, caring.
Repeat. Sharing is?
Caring.
Caring.
Sharing.
Sharing is caring. Very good. For Alexandre's presentation, name one modern myth. He mentioned a few, but I want you to mention one modern myth.
Hulk.
Yes, it's the Harry
All right.
Potter and Lord of the Rings.
All right, one more.
One more is the
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
All right.
Yes.
You were really paying attention. Congratulations. And on back to Andre's presentation, what was the name of the island where he went to live in Hawaii? What was the name of the island?
Honolulu.
Maui.
Wow.
Maui, I think.
Maui.
Maui. Again on Andre, where is the, again on Andre's presentation, what on earth was he doing on Hawaii, in Hawaii? What on earth was he doing in Hawaii? Why did he go there?
To a volunteer job.
Yeah, to work as a volunteer. Great job. Let's see again on Alexandre's presentation. Name one archetype. Oh, time's up. Name one archetype very quickly.
No, I don't know.
He mentioned hero, the sage, and a few others. All right, back to you, Toastmasters. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Iracema. I really like the Hack Master part of the meeting. It's really fun on how can we need to pay attention more. This is really important to improve our hearing skills during our meeting and to make our time value to our speakers. Thank you so much, Maria Iracema. Now we would have our general evaluator report. Luis Freire messaged me and told that he has a huge storm near his house and lost connection. So I take notes of some things to share with you. Again, I'm going to step up again as general evaluator. So just to be briefly here, okay? Thank you, Kim. And I would like to say that we start the meeting on time. I was with this computer different from the one I usually. So I missed it a couple minutes before the meeting. Usually we use our 10 minutes before the meeting starts to share the Toastmaster history. But I missed that time, so we run a little bit later in our meeting, but that wasn't so much. Our evaluator did great. Lucas and Ana Maruzia shared a great evaluation. For Lucas, I like to say that he mentioned that the points that André didn't share during his speech, this is a great way to show that Lucas was really paying attention for the speech, because André mentioned 3 points, and as Lucas mentioned, he couldn't find the 3 of them during his speech. The other thing that I like about Lucas was that he's even giving feedback for the visuals on André. In his clothes and the background, I really like that, Lucas. I really think that sometimes the background, when you can see and read things, we can. There is a kid here playing with us, Alexandre. No problem, my friend. I know that happens. And I always have sometimes kids near here to me, as Andre mentioned, 100 kids near him. So the feedback that Lucas gave to Andre, I like that because sometimes our background can be a little annoying or distracting during our presentation. And during these online meetings is really important because the message is the key here. So great feedback on that, Lucas, and give him challenge and idea as a standing up to give his speech. Ana Maruza did a great approach on Aline's speech and even noticed that some of the part of her speech helped Maruza learn something new and something that she wouldn't do in her life. So this is a great way again to show how we can really pay attention for someone's speech, because as I mentioned, Andre and Alexandre did this, Andre and Aline did the same project. It's really important to have a great feedback to improve to the next one. It's really challenging to give feedback sometimes in these first projects here. So that was a really great way. And Ana Maruza even give a feedback on how to perform better on camera, as Lucas did. Today, during this situation, it's really important to know how to perform better, to give our message better. And I'm sure that Aline and Andre will use that better. I can say about myself, about how I evaluate Alexandre. I hope, Alexandre, that was great for you. I'm going to watch again your speech after this meeting, and I'm going to fill out the form for you. And I hope that Aline and Andre shared their PDF forms to their evaluators so they can give back to you, write down the topics that they think was best. So if Ana Maruza or Lucas missed some point, you can just always watch the meeting again on YouTube and you can give the feedback. Our meeting rules today was really well performed. Luis Eduardo did a great tabletop sessions, really with great topics related to the theme of the meeting. So this was important to show how can we make things connected in the meeting and have some meaning and helpful ideas to everyone, not just be seated here, hear something. So congratulations, Luis. Bruno Rabelo, that was amazing as a timer. The color of the scene was really well seen. Bright colors, amazing. Akiko did a great report as a counter. King Gibson, as I mentioned before, I loved the grammar report. Thank you so much for helping us improve our skills in English. That was a great, and I believe that I mentioned everyone. I'm not sure if I missed someone. And now I would like to move to the last part of our meeting, but just before that, and show who was the best of the day, I'd like to leave with you the not last, but the ninth practice for your mental health. And the idea that was related to some speech, I think that was Aline, is to practice forgiveness, to just let it go. Even if it just forgiving that person who cut you off during your commute. People who forgive have better mental health and report being more satisfied with their lives. I have a personal story here, and for a long time, I think more than 4 years, I was pissed off with a client of mine. Actually, he wasn't my client, but I did a job for him in favor of another friend. And the problem was with the other friend, but that client yelled at me, said bad words to me. My kid was ill in that day. I needed to drive during the afternoon to this client place to deliver a photo for him. And I was so mad with him that every time I saw someone using big clocks, arm clocks, or using the Mercedes car that is small car, or someone that has huge curtains in their house, I always remember this guy. And I always cursed him in my mind. And that made really bad time for myself. And that guy didn't even knew that for me. He didn't care about that. He didn't felt what I was feeling. And one day I just decided by myself to look into the sky or something and said to that guy that I forgave him. Although he couldn't hear that, I was just letting go that bad feeling that I had that was just making myself feel bad. So if you have anything that is inside you today that is not making you feel good because someone hurt you, forgive yourself for that, not for him or for her, okay? So now I'd like to invite everyone to open your camera and give your best smile, that part of the meeting that you just print our screen to share in our Instagram account. So I'd like to invite everyone here to this picture. Just let me close my screen here. Okay, participants, wait, okay. I see a big smile on Alexandre's door. Great, great. 1 second, let me just. Okay, just me confirm to see if I got the print screen. 1 second, please. Okay, amazing, guys. Just saving this so I won't lost. Okay, amazing. So thank you so much. And now I'd like to go to the last part of the meeting, as I mentioned before, the winner of the day. And I'd like to start with the best table topics. And I won't share my screen because it's breaking my computer. But drum rolls for the best table topics of this meeting. And the one was our friend and Hark Master, Maria Sema. Congratulations, Maria Sema. That was a great impromptu speech that you delivered today. And after that, after the meeting, I'm going to share with you the certificate of the best of the day. The next one is our best evaluator for this meeting. And drum roll again. I'd like to give a round of applause to Ana Maruzia for the great feedback that she delivered to Aline Amorim, our guest. Congratulations, Ana Maruzia. And for the best prepared speech for this evening, we have 3 amazing speeches, all of them that we can relate with our lives. And the winners was André Saki with the history from Hawaii. Congratulations, André. Amazing speech. It's really nice to see that you won that in your second speech here in our Brasília Toastmasters. And our last but not less important tip from your mental health is get help when you need it, or just bring help for someone when they need it. Seeking for help is not a sign, seeking help is a sign of strength and not a weakness. And it's important to remember that treatment is effective. People who get appropriate care can recover from mental illness and addiction and lead a full and rewarding life. So get help when you just think that you need. Sometimes just talk with someone can help you. Sometimes looking for a professional. And don't do that for yourself. Don't medicate yourself. Go for someone that can really help you. Okay? Thank you so much. My name is Alessandro Dia. That was an amazing meeting. I'm just to finish the English part of this meeting and bring the final announcement in Portuguese so everyone can understand. And I hope to see you all of you here again as guests and members anytime soon that you want. Muito obrigado, meus amigos. Os anúncios finais, antes que eu abra espaço para os nossos convidados, rapidinho aqui. Nossa próxima reunião é dia 17 de outubro, sábado que vem, no mesmo horário, 2h45, check-in, com início às 15 horas, uma reunião em português. Já temos discursos preparados e pessoas se preparando para poder participar das nossas reuniões. Seja muito bem-vindo como convidado ou ouvinte. No dia 30 de outubro, essa mensagem aqui é super importante. Apesar da pandemia, nós vamos fazer um happy hour virtual entre colegas de clubes aqui de Brasília e pessoas que quiserem participar também. É uma forma que a gente tem de conseguir conversar com vocês de forma mais descontraída, onde o nosso tempo não vai estar fechado em uma agenda de clube formal, onde a gente possa se descontrair e se conhecer um pouco mais. Tem várias pessoas novas de todos os clubes e conhecer vocês faz parte desse processo, a gente poder se ajudar. E no dia seguinte, dia 31 de outubro, teremos a competição nacional de debates do Toastmasters Brasil. Teremos um representante da área 8, que é o nosso amigo Rodrigo Ramos, o VPE do SB Nights, que é um outro clube aqui de Brasília. Ele vai estar representando a gente, junto com uma colega de outro clube, na competição nacional. Eu espero que vocês possam participar e conhecer mais sobre a arte de debater com qualidade, com consistência e com bons argumentos. Pessoal, muito obrigado. Agradeço a todos vocês novamente. Os horários, eu ainda vou confirmar, Iracema, do debate não me passaram o horário, mas geralmente os eventos do sábado do Toastmasters Brasil, eles são na parte da manhã. Geralmente de 10 a meio-dia, de 9h30 a meio-dia. Mas assim que a gente tiver essas informações, a gente vai colocar no grupo do WhatsApp e também nas nossas redes sociais. Pessoal, muito obrigado a todos vocês. Lucas, obrigado de coração. Aline, parabéns. Muito obrigado por participar com a gente. A todos os colegas que estiveram aqui hoje participando, muito obrigado. Contem sempre com o nosso apoio. Estaremos sempre aqui do lado de vocês também. Deixa eu parar nossa gravação. Obrigado, Luiz. Valeu, meu amigo. A gente se encontra em breve aí em Brasília. Valeu,
Obrigada,
Akiko.
Alessandro. Vou
Obrigado, Iracema.